Hey everybody, it's Luca. It is Saturday, February 15th. Oh, I'm about to go over a train track. This is take 3 because of train tracks. Chattanooga choo-choo, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay, so I have tried to give so many updates on Joey, and every time I do it, every time I try to record it, it just is overwhelming. So I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible without getting angry. Without getting very angry. I'm gonna be talking about it a lot. There is a great book out. I think everyone should read it. It's called Let Them, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I'm gonna post a link to it in this video and you can buy it. Oh my gosh. Oof. 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 Okay. Update on Joey. All right. So for those of you that don't know, he started getting sick. I thought it was around March. Becky corrected me recently and was like, it was probably around April, May. COVID. Didn't know what was going on. Fevers. Our doctor, pediatrician, thought he had long COVID. Gosh, this road is super bumpy. Long COVID. We got to May. We were at the beach. And we tried to treat it with like just real crunchy stuff, like a bunch of vitamins. Sorry, this is so bumpy. This is the worst road. So we spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on vitamins because, you know, you can go and get a drug for a copay and it'd be $10 or $20. But if you actually want vitamins, that's like $40 a pop. So expensive, especially if you get high quality ones that are not regulated by the FDA. It's shady. The FDA shady anyway. Hopefully that's about to change. So excited. Okay, so anyway, sorry, distracted. Okay. We go to the beach, May. My dude loves the beach. Like, he's like me, go down to the beach and spend all day. Like, we go before everybody, sometimes, most of the time, before everybody else gets up, go down to the beach, spend the majority of the day down there. The girls usually come down, go back up, come back down, go back up. Joe and I spend all the time down there. Sorry, I'm hungry. He has the same skin as I do. Basically, we get darker and darker and darker and darker and darker, and we might get a little red, but that's it. Something's up. He is not himself. He's not active. He's not his normal 13-year-old self, even with all of this. So it's like, there's something wrong. Becky and I, this trip, it's kind of like we're at the beach, but we're also working. It's also when there was a horrible tropical storm. And so all kinds of crazy stuff going down. So we come back, our pediatrician, his office disbands. They go, the office that we go to, they decide to go 3 separate ways. So we have to figure something out. And he's like, this is the worst. He's like, yeah, we need to go in a different direction. And so he refers us to a group that has an oncologist, hematologist, and nephrologist. Oncologist, you start getting like, that's cancer, that's scary. This is children's. Nephrologist, isn't that kidneys? That's kidneys. And hematologist is the blood. So that gets us a little scared. So they start running all these tests, and they know how to play the insurance game of like, hey, we can't just do all the tests because your insurance isn't going to approve it. I'm not going to get into how big of a scam insurance is. That'll be for another day. So that's what, June, July, August. We end up going back to the beach. So we go back down, and this time Joe doesn't go down to the beach at all. He feels horrible. He doesn't go outside at all. He basically has no energy. Gave you all that update in October. He had a bone marrow biopsy that was in October. He has a third of the bone marrow of someone his age. We don't know if that was from when he was little, like if he was born that way, or if something happened, an infection. We're not sure. His doctor doesn't know. So the plan was, he had all these crazy fevers, like 101, 102, 103, a couple times 104. And they're like, what do we do? So a couple times when it gets really high, throw them in. We have this soaking tub. Throw them in the soaking tub. Put some ice in there. Fast forward, Becky for Christmas. I'm into this fitness guru type stuff now, and I'm really trying to be disciplined and take my life back. I feel like I've been numb and been asleep at the wheel for a couple years, and I'm like, jumpstart. So Becky got me like a super ghetto plunge. What I mean by that is not one of the $6,000 ones, but like it's a nice one. It's on our back porch. So nicer than a trash can, but our neighbors probably don't like it. Anyway, a couple times I've had to put Joey in that with his fever, when his fevers get really high. So his fevers get really high. And so the doctor's like, okay, we got to put him on something to keep these fevers down. All these other levels with his blood, everything's good. Gosh, I'm rambling. Sorry. I'm trying to give you enough information, but not all the details, because you don't want all of the details. So like the oncologist, yes, that's the cancer doctor. Does he have cancer? All these people ask some of the craziest questions. He doesn't have cancer, right? No, he doesn't have cancer, but yes, he goes to an oncologist. Yes, we go to T.C. Thompson Children's Oncology Ward, because that's where the Children's Oncology Unit is. That's where his group of doctors are. Does he have cancer? No. Were we scared that he did? Yes, because they're testing for things like leukemia and neuroblastoma and all these rare diseases, because they cannot figure out what it is. He has something that they have to rule it out by, well, it's not that. Oh, it's not that. And it's, again, they can't do it as, they can't just test for everything all at once because of the way that insurance works. Insurance won't let them. So October, November, most people have open, what do you call it? Open enrollment with their insurance in November, where you can, you shop around, you can see the different options that you're going to have. Short-term disability and the different plans, and somebody comes in and tells you all the things. Hey, this is the price increase if you're going to have one, or hey, this is how FSA is going to work if you have an FSA or HSA or blah, 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 blah. Most people, Precept used to have it in November. I remember when Becky was pregnant with Isabella, who turned 18. I'm on her way. I've got ice and all the stuff for her 18th birthday party. She's having a bunch of friends over for a party. Small little get together with some of her friends. Anyway, so open enrollment usually October, November. You shop around. Most couples are able to, like, here's the spouse's plan at their work, and here's the other spouse's plan, and you're able to decide what you want. For some reason, over the past couple years at Precept, our open enrollment has been really late. I was told recently that that's because we are self-pay, and so we'll have to wait to see blah, 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 how things come at the end of the year. I don't understand that, but okay. So I start hearing, oh, we're going to change insurance, and I'm like, we're already having issues with our previous insurance because they're denying this drug that Joey needs to keep his fevers down. And the hope is that this drug is going to like almost reboot Joey's system so that it remember the show ER, or like whatever, Chicago Med, or whatever the medical drama is of the day now, like where you're in the ER, or you're in the, I'm actually passing the, what do you call it? Volunteer fire department / emergency medical place in the booming metropolis where I live, where they have the little defibrillator. That's what it's called, where it's like clear, and then it's nothing happens, and so they turn it up and they clear, and they put the electric shock in order to like jumpstart the system and get it going again, right? From my understanding, that's what we're trying to do with this drug. It's an expensive drug. They call it infusions. It's a shot, so I don't know why they call it infusions. Initially, they were going to give it to him, so we would have to go down there to give it to him on the oncology floor, which is just crazy because you're there with, little kids who are 4 years old and just fighters, and they have, they're undergoing chemotherapy because they do have cancer, and they're sitting there getting their chemo in their little chairs with the bags hanging down. And so that's what I'm envisioning is going to happen 3 times a week. Praise the Lord, silver lining. No, they, if it gets approved, they're going to send it to us. It's a rare, it's one of those mail order pharmacies that sends it to you. It's got to be put on ice, and I'm giving so many details, but this is kind of important. Our nurse community, whatever, the group, nephrology group, oncologists, nephrologists, hematologists, they're amazing. They have dedicated people on their team that just fight with insurance, that try to play the game, duck, weave, up, down, matrix, in order to help moms and dads that have horrible situations going on with their kids figure out how to play this game. That should tell you something. Gross. Gross. This lady, not girl, it's condescending. This lady is salt of the earth. Here's my cell phone number. We will get this as soon as this gets approved. We'll push, we'll do everything. I'll call, I'll be your advocate. She has been our advocate. And if it happens over the weekend, here's my number. We'll FaceTime. I'll show you how to do it. We'll just do it. We'll make sure that it happens. Because Joey has temperatures, a fever, up and down. He's moved out of his bedroom, which is upstairs. He now lives in our room. We have a really big walk-in closet, and we call it his man cave. He wants to be close to us in the night because what if something happens in his fever? So we check on him. So since October, maybe before that, he's slept downstairs. He slept in our... So we don't sleep. He doesn't sleep. So denial, they don't tell us why. We walk through the process. They want to give us a generic drug because it's cheaper for them. So some guy, some girl in a pantsuit is making the decision, not our doctor. So push. Oh, it'll be any day. It'll be any day. It'll be any day. It's not any day. It's supposed to be approved in 5 days. It ends up taking over a month, and we're like, what the crap? So legally, I'm not sure. There's some legal things here where people have messed up and somebody's responsible. So that's October, November. We finally get approved. There's a copay assistance program. We jump through the hoops for that. And we have it. We have the drug. November, December. We have it for 2 months. New insurance. We try to do the thing, get prepared. Okay, we got a new insurance coming, January 1. We try to get it set up of hey, can we get the group number? We got this new insurance. Can we get can we, whatever we need to do beforehand, can we do it beforehand? Whatever we thought was bad before has gone from bad to worse. Our customer experience has been redonkulous. And so, just fast forward, the executive director of the insurance brokerage firm that sold us our new insurance, got involved and overrided and said, this is ridiculous. Got our drug for 1 month to buy us some time because it was denied the first go around. Denied the first go around, buy us some time. So we went, this insurance has a pharmacy arm that sends it to various pharmacies. So we started with pharmacy 1. 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, found out it was denied. We want you to go through this pharmacy. It's overseas. They don't speak English very well. And so our nurse, amazing team, they're like, this is a really hard pharmacy to work with. They're notorious. We're going to try as best as we can, but they're probably going to deny it. And it's probably going to take forever because they don't speak English well. And these are hard names, drug names. Like, sure enough, a couple of weeks, they don't call us. We have to call. We have to hunt it down. It's denied. The generic is denied as well. They want us to do a generic that's kind of experimental. So they want us to basically do an experimental drug on our now 14-year-old son who, fast forward, the month is gone. By the time that's gone. We're now on the third pharmacy. Denied. Denied. No reason. They don't give a reason. Well, can you give us a reason? Why was it denied? Well, no, I'm just the messenger. So the quote is, I'm just the messenger. Joey, 102, 103. So this morning, I was supposed to do a CrossFit workout. There is a guy, that random story, that some friends of mine know from Houston, Texas. He goes to the church that I went to while I lived there in the summers when I worked with Sports Quest soccer camps, Champion Forest Baptist Church. Crazy. His brother has leukemia. So we were doing a workout today called Water Walker, to raise awareness for him and to raise funds for him, and we were going to pray for him. And so all set to leave the house. Becky's taking Bella to go and do all this birthday stuff, which I've got to hurry because she's going to be mad because I've got the ice and all the stuff. So I got to finish this up. And I go check on Joe. He's got a massive fever because we're out of drugs. We're out of the injections. We don't have it anymore. I won't tell you all the backstory, all the drama that's happened at work with it. So here I was getting ready to go do this workout, pray for this guy. Cody is the guy who works out, he and his wife, and we were going to pray and do this, what's called a hero WOD, partner up. Apparently one person was going to hold the deadlift while the other person does Cindy, and you go back and forth. Kind of fun. And the point is, while you're doing it, it's painful, and you're praying and you're thinking of, gosh, this is hard, but also, Lord, would you heal this guy, Wes? I'll put some details in it. You should pray. You should give money for this guy that lives in Texas. So I couldn't go. because my little guy had a fever. So anyway, that's the update. Quality of life, not great. You either have fevers or with the drug, his quality of life is not great. It hurts in his bones when he does have the drug. He can't sleep. Most of the time he can barely walk. It's cumulative, so it builds up in his system. He can't walk, so I have to carry him sometimes. Not all the time. There are days where he's up and jumping around in his normal self, and you just sit there and you're like, thank God. Jumping around. We try to do...
Sorry, my phone was like, you don't have enough space. Then we had a bunch of people over for a party. It was pasta, passion, and pistols night. Murder mystery, and I was the host. So, anyway, it's 1 a.m. I'm one of those, like, don't leave the cleanup till tomorrow, clean it up. So I've been cleaning. Everybody else is in bed, except for my daughter and her friends who went for a late night Taco Bell run. I had a fire and a hammock, and I might just stay out there for a little bit longer. But anyway, a little tea also. Quality of life, back to it. Quality of life for Joe. He's 13, now 14. He is not playing soccer. Two or three seasons off. School. I mean, homeschool is great, but like he's not with his friends. I think he's been once this year to school. Super pumped about his science fair. He's worked really hard on it. We were trying to get him to go. And our whole family got the flu, including him. So science fair, all this crazy cool stuff, and people asking questions about it, and people coming and judging, and Joe had his, 5-second rule and he's missing out on so many. So that's the update. Insurance, horrible. Over it. What a scam. What an absolute scam. Sick care. Not health care, sick care. Favors the sick. We've been so healthy. Like I said, give me a pill, it's $10, but you actually want healthy things, and it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Joey's medicine is ridiculous. So we're maneuvering crazy at work of like, what? And you use your voice of like, wait, this isn't how this is supposed to be. Becky is involved in it. Lack of transparency, lack of honesty. And you're like, awesome. So looking for an open event, looking for a life event, trying to find somebody to adopt, maybe foster, maybe do something like that to have an open enrollment event because over insurance. Done with it. Ready to be done. Lived through it with Becky when we had Isabella, who's 18. Horrible. Our first child, horrible. Ended up having to pay thousands out of pocket because of the way it was set up. Second child, horrible. Moved to Texas, worked at a church, horrible. So some of you are like, RFK's horrible. Blow it up, bro. Doge. Forget Social Security. It's already bankrupt. Forget this, that, the other. Department of Education. We're already messed up with that. Go after healthcare. Go after all the senators that are sitting there that have made all kinds of money and still making all kinds of money off of healthcare and special interest, and blow it up, please. By the way, our insurance is Cigna. Did a little research of what they pay for, gender affirming care and all kinds of stuff. Great. Money comes out of my paycheck every other week to pay for horrible things. So, latest with that is I have a 14-year-old. If he doesn't have the drugs, he has 102, 103 temperature. We got to manage it up and down, up and down. You don't want to give him Tylenol. You want the temperature, you want the fever to do what the fever needs to do, but also you're like, it's scary. You try to treat it with nutrition, you try to treat it with healthy things, but he's a picky eater, doesn't like to eat certain things. You try to force it, and it's horrible. You give him the drug that's impossible to get, takes tons of time, tons of energy, it's a part-time job, if not a full-time job, to argue and jump through the hoops and get all the things done. And people gaslight you and make you feel like you're crazy. The people you work with, the people that are supposed to be your advocate, make you feel like you're crazy. This is great insurance. No, it's not. So jump through the hoops. Try not to stir the pot too much, but let them. I don't care anymore. Let them say that it's great. It's not great. I'll say my piece and what I can control of it's not great. Cigna is not great. Angle Insurance is not great. If your company is looking at Angle Insurance and you have anything to say about it, run away. It's not great. We're putting the care back in insurance. No, they're not. They're trying to and next steps for us with Joe's care is on Tuesday, we have another bone marrow biopsy. So it's kind of a big deal, big surgery. He goes under anesthesia and we'll get the results. The hope is we see clear. We see that some bone marrow has been generated. There's been some growth since October. God, please let this pain, let this hell that we have been through, let this rigmarole and back. Big questions if it doesn't. Do we do second opinion? Do we go to Vanderbilt? Do we try to go to Duke? Do we try to go to MD Anderson? Big unknowns. So Tuesday, big day. Appreciate your prayers. We'll get you updated. Hopefully it won't be October, November, December, January, February, 5 months for another update. So trying to do a lot more of this, I don't know, video stuff. Obviously I'm not great at it because it's the third time my phone has shut down for lack of storage. So we'll figure it out. So it is now 1:30. I got to go to bed because I'm really excited about going to church tomorrow to be like, Lord, I need grace. So hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great Lord's Day tomorrow. Appreciate your prayers.